Hello and welcome back to another In the Kitchen with Pen, and I'm assuming you can see the bag, so you know what that means. That means we have another shopping haul. Now I've got 4 bags of shopping here, and I'm going to tell you now, I have nothing. I have nothing. I have no meat, no veggies. It's just bits and bobs. So, and it costs a bleeding fortune. So let's shut that noise out and start. Right, we'll start with oil. And this is sunflower oil, 5 litres, £6.50 in Sainsbury's with your Nectar card. If you just buy the vegetable oil, it's £6.30. But it's something I do use, so buy it when it's on offer. That's my tip. Now, Sainsbury's, I've got so many bags, I've got to remember what's what. Yeah, this is Sainsbury's, but that's not, and that's not. We spotted these last week, savoury pie cases. Now, I've never bought one of these in my life. Yes, I've bought the sweet ones, but I've never bought a savoury one. So Steve said, oh, should we try it? And I thought, well, yeah, okay. Can make a quiche, make a tart of some, vegetable tart. Okay, a tart of some sort. So we've got that ready-made, really easy, nice and quick, no faff, no blind baking, none of that rubbish. Not that it is rubbish, but you know what I mean, I hope. Right, so savoury tart case. Tiger Bloomer, I've said to you about that before. Nice and soft, but with the crusty top. The biggest issue with this is that after a day, 2 days, the crust really does go crusty. And if you've got teeth that aren't as good as they perhaps once were, you can't eat it. The crust. The bread is still perfect. Right, needed some onions, and if I bought a pack of the onions, I got extra Nectar points. So there we are, brown onions. Always use onions. Do you know, I know a lot of you use frozen onions. Now, I never use frozen onions. Never. I mean, I might freeze them myself and use them, but I never buy frozen onions because if I don't use a whole onion, I wrap it in cling, pop it in the fridge, and I'll use it next time. So, I don't know. Why don't I use frozen onions? Also, when you cook with frozen onions, loads of water leaches out. So that's probably another reason I don't. Anyway, just waffle. Mushrooms, again, they were on Nectar points. Got a couple of nice jacket potatoes. When I buy them and they're this big, I use them, that is the meal. The jacket potato is the meal, not like serving it with a steak or something. The jacket is the meal. So 2 nice jacket potatoes. A large garlic clove. The little ones are okay, but get the large ones if you can, because they're just better. Because obviously sometimes when you get a small bulb of garlic, some of the cloves are, well, they're smaller than my fingertip, which is just ridiculous. So that's like half a clove really, isn't it? Some oranges, 4 oranges, you know who they're for, don't you? Some grapes, just some green grapes. Again, they were on Nectar points. Some Maris Piper potatoes. I don't think they were as well, but 2 kilos of Maris Piper. I think they are one of the best all-round potatoes that you can buy. They chip, they fry, they boil, they mash, they roast. So that's why I tend to buy Maris Piper or King Edward's. And then our favourite melon. And if we bought this melon, as it's a taste of difference, we got triple points on the whole of our shop. I mean, we were buying it anyway, so I think that's quite good. And mustard, I used the last of the mustard the other day, so this is every bit as good as Coleman's, and it's like 40 odd, actually I'm going to say 40 odd pence, but it's possibly not. 55 pence, there you go, 55p, so half the price of Coleman's, every bit as good. Pop that straight away into the fridge. Then, oh, do you know, I think I fibbed to you. I said I haven't got any meat. I have. Well, sort of. Milk, we always use milk. That had extra bonus points on. It's the milk I always buy. I don't bother with Cravendale and stuff like that. We use so little milk, I don't see the point in buying semi-skim. So full fat makes much better dishes. And if you're having cereals occasionally, full fat all the way. And then I saw this piece of salmon, and it was £18, 18.75, something like that, but with your nectar points it was £9.99. So gonna cut that. I'll probably get 4 very nice, because it's quite thick. Yeah, you can see how thick it is, quite thick. I'll get 4 nice salmon fillets out of that, so I'm happy. We love Marks and Spencer's Cornish Cruncher ice cream, Cornish Cruncher cheese. Unfortunately, we don't have a Marks and Spencer's in town, so we have to travel into Hemel to buy it. And you know what it's like in Marks and Spencer's, you don't just go in for what you're looking for, you always buy more. So we had a really good look in Sainsbury, and we got this Davis style Cornish cheese. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it's going to be almost as good as a Cornish Cruncher. Cornish Cruncher or Cornish Cove? Now I've said it. We've bought both. I think it's Cornish. One of them anyway. I'm hoping it's going to be as good, but I'm a little bit sceptical if it will be quite as good. But we shall taste test and let you know. And then finally, didn't know what to have for tea tonight, so decided, okay, let's go pizza. So we can have pizza, coleslaw, corn on the cob. And I can't remember the last time we had a pizza, so that'll be quite nice, I hope. Right, then we went into Lidl's, and what are they called? Weetabix. £3.99 for 36 Weetabix. These, oh no, I'm going to say how much they were, but I can't. But I can. These, £2.05. And seriously, maybe the flakes are a bit bigger, but they taste the same. They are really good. So check out the store's own brand cereals. Piccolo tomatoes, you know, we have those out. They're the only tomatoes that I like to eat. Steve has a few of these of an evening, so always have these in. Never store them in the fridge, always store them outside because they taste better. I mean, when I say outside, I mean outside the fridge, not outside the front door. Next week's leaflet. Asparagus tips. Now, we were going to have some sort of lamb for Sunday dinner, and the lamb in Sainsbury's was, well, it was expensive. I know lamb's expensive, but lamb leg steaks and lamb chops, they were really thin like that and didn't look appealing. So we said, oh, we'll go over to Lidl and have a look in there, and they'd got this big pack of lamb leg steaks, 6 in there, no price. So I found something. I said, can you do a price check for me? He said, yeah, £12.99. And I thought, I don't want to pay that. I really, really don't want to pay that. So I didn't. And Steve said, well, what are we going to have? So I said, we'll have toad in the hole. So that's what we're having on Sunday. No lamb, toad in the hole. Anyway, I bought some asparagus tips because they were to go to the lamb, but I'll eat them with anything. As you know. Coleslaw to go with the pizza for later. Eggs, I told you before, don't know what I'll do with eggs, but more eggs. And again, I was going to buy them in Sainsbury's and decided no, they're cheaper in Lidl. Tissues, because always need tissues, don't you? And they are quite good actually. They're not as good as Kleenex, but they run it a very close second. The natural Greek yoghurt that I've spoken to you about on numerous occasions, really good stuff. And for my sweetie jar, I haven't bought any in ages, as you're aware, I hope. Peanuts and raisins, chocolate coated. And then we went into Farmfoods, and Farmfoods, yes. I saw these, Steve was standing talking to the manager, hello Kieran, and I saw these and I thought, ooh, they look nice. They're milk chocolate chunk biscuits, cookies, they look nice. And then I noticed stem ginger and chocolate, so I picked up these and I thought, if they're any good, and I'm hoping they are, I could perhaps make them. So that's my excuse for buying those. Did you watch this week's the video, whenever, a couple of weeks back, when we tried the hot honey Jaffa Cakes that Dawn sent us? And I said, well, they do cola ones next door. So we bought some of the cola flavoured Jaffa Cakes. Now these were 39p each, or 3 for £1. We did only buy one packet. Have we made a mistake? Are these going to be really good? Who knows? Lunch today is just really lazy because been shopping, done one. It's 20 to 1 now. So a Ginster's Cornish pasty for Steve. Don't like those at all. And a cheese and onion slice for myself. This is the curry sauce that I use, the curry paste that I use. And I've been paying £2.75-ish, perhaps a bit more, at the Chinese supermarket. Get yourself to Farmfoods, £1.99. This is excellent. Yes, I do tart mine up a little bit now with a little bit of ginger and some garlic and dark soy and a little bit of MSG, but it is an excellent, excellent, excellent Chinese style curry sauce. £1.99. Lollies. Steve always says, we've got room in the freezer, and I say no, because I'm, hey, filling your own word there. But I did notice these, and these are £1.29, and Steve does like sour cherries, so sour cherry and mango lollies that I will, fingers crossed, find them in the freezer for. Steve wanted to try the Fanta pear, and we've only been able to see it in big, 24 cans or what have you, and we're like, but if I don't like it, that's a lot of money to waste. Spotted one, and cases of 24 do get ripped and you can't sell them and what have you. So in Farmfoods they put all the loose ones onto a shelf, and it's £2 for £1. And he said 2 for £5. What a bully! 2 for £1. So he's got his Fanta pear to try, and he also picked up a Tango mango, which he does like. I needed some more shampoo, and these were 2 for £1.50. I love the smell, so 2 for £1.50. I don't think that's too bad. I think they were 89p each, so I think it was pretty good. And finally, I needed mayo, and this was over £3 a jar in Sainsbury's. And I know that some shop bought mayo is really good, but it's something that we don't use a lot of, so I'm going to say let's buy the one that we really like. So we buy this or Heinz. Anyway, over £3 a jar, 2 for £5 in Farmfoods. So I've got a couple of little bargains. I mean, I'm pleased with that salmon because that looks really nice. Looking forward to having pizza for dinner tonight because it has been an age since we had it. I'll let you know about these stem ginger cookies, and obviously Steve will let you know about the Jaffa Cakes. But for now, that's us done. I've got to put all this away. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you again very soon in the kitchen with Pen. Bye bye for now.